Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. That way, if you want to see any of those creators, you can find that fairly easily. Hey, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I know. Bye. Not today. Thank you, though. Alright, Gemini. That was my cat Logan. In case you're wondering who that was my cat. He decided he wanted to say hello, so there you go. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Huh. What's that? This fell out upside down. May not be a bad thing. It's in the environment. Starting off with this situation, you've got the Success card, which is the Six of Wands, with the Hermit card, which is figuring out what's going on, and you got the Impartiality on the top, which is interesting to me that you're having success. Something's very successful, but you're not really sure what you want to do with it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's going well, but even though something is successful, you might be getting bored with it. I think that might be the trick. And that's why the Impartiality kind of like, yeah, as long as it's successful, I guess I can keep it. But I'm already putting my sights on other things. I'm thinking about what else I want to do. I may be just kind of done with this part. I feel that with Gemini too. Kind of like, just because it's going well, doesn't mean like you're going to keep it that way. Kind of like, yeah, it's going great, but I'm starting to get bored with it. It's just one of those things where I got to keep it lively for myself is what I'm feeling for you. Now, you're looking to change things. And you're putting out your feelers, putting out some questions, seeing how things can go, seeing how things would work well for you, and what else is out there. And I'm getting the Expansion card is kind of like, I literally feel like you're bored with it. You're just kind of like, let's see what else we can do. Let's try to push some borders. Let's find some new territory. You're not abandoning anything. You're still keeping up with the success. It's just your attention is kind of shifting a little bit. You're kind of leaving that over there, letting it self-sustain itself, and going into something else a little bit. But you're not abandoning it, so I don't know if that sounds weird. You're still connected with it, but you're considering other options. For some of you, this might be a job thing, where you might be looking into other possibilities, still keeping that main job going, still doing it the way you need to, but still kind of like at the same time seeing what else is out there. Be careful. If you talk about this to the wrong people, there might be people who actually are your supporters that might actually let the cat out of the bag. That's what I'm getting with isolation reversed. There may be people who are supporters of you, but if they find out what you're doing, isolation reversed is telling me they might let that cat out of the bag, and they might cause you issues that you don't want. They might cause you issues you don't want. Let's just leave it that way. Alright. Because what I'm seeing come forward is like, once people realize you might be going a different direction, they might start removing you from a situation, planning on doing it without you. So be careful with that. Because I feel like it puts you in a position, once the cat is out of the bag, that you're just... Because I feel like you're just considering other options. And once other people realize that, you might have to fight to keep what you have because you're not ready to let go of it yet. There's a balance that has to be struck with this. You want to keep... If you're just considering options, just be careful who you tell about that. That's all I'm saying. Because if you let the cat out of the bag... If you tell somebody else, they're going to let the cat out of the bag on you. And I feel like this might be people that normally you don't think they're going to do that. It might seem a little bit out of place, but it does happen, is what I'm getting from this reading. Of course, if it hits. People are looking to disconnect from you. You got the Death card in the environment. People are moving on without you. This is why they're saying be careful with who you let know what's going on. Because they're just going to kind of like walk away without you. Things move on. The thing is, you might also have opportunities coming towards you at the same time. If that does happen, another door opens fairly quickly is what I'm getting. I'm also getting like if you're being moved on from, if they're removing you from the situation, it almost takes out the guesswork of what you have to do next, because it's kind of like, well, I guess if that's ending, I guess I need to find something else anyway, so here I go towards that. Even if it ends, I don't see you really getting all that upset about it, which is interesting, because it was a good situation, you were just getting bored with it. But if you're being removed from it, you're kind of like, well, I guess I have to go find something else now, and I was getting bored with it anyway, so here I go. There's joy, but there's confusion. They're saying, what are they saying actually? Hone your efforts. This is one of those moments where you want to take a quick inventory of what you have, a quick inventory of your options. Go to the best one. This isn't the time to dicker back and forth. Go to your best option and do the research and find out what you can really do with that. This is the time to choose something new. If you start getting pushed out, or you're literally pushed out, one of the two, at that moment, reevaluate what you got, go for your best option, and just go and find all your possibilities within the best option. You know, if you have 8 options in front of you, whittle it down quickly to the best, and then go down that road and see what you can do with, how many different things can you do with that. Because I'm getting, you need to move forward if you expect to get on this train. A lot has to happen, and I feel like it's going to pass you by because it's already in motion. When I'm getting this 8 of Pentacles, there's already a lot going on here. There's already a lot happening here. If you want to get on this train, you got to get on it right then. So choose wisely, choose quickly. The Fool card is telling me you're not going to have all the answers. It's just not going to be a thing. It's just not going to be there. Just go with what you think is going to be the best. Hold strong to that. Force yourself to hold to that. Go forward. Just hold yourself to that. What looks the best? Okay, this is it. Go down that road. Find your options down that road. Stick to it. Hold to it. I do get that will benefit you the best. It seems like it's hard to do it. But if you keep going back and forth between, oh, I got all these options, where do I want to go here and there? Does this look good? Oh, I don't. Let me find out over here. What's going to happen is those 8 are going to dwindle down to like 3, and the best ones are going to pass you by. So that's why. You get to choose your destiny in this one. There's much better. If you go through all of the possibilities, again, you're going to lose like more than half. Like 5 of them are going to fall off. You're going to be left with 3, or they're not going to be the best. That would seem like that would be the default. You could do better than that. Look what seems to be the best. Head down that road. You are a creature that can change direction when necessary. So if you head down the best road and then you realize, well, this wasn't the best road for me, you will find more options later on. But for the ones this is hitting with, that best option you need to jump on then. It will work out for you. So if you're afraid, I think that's what we're trying to say. If you're afraid, you're going to take that, what seems to be the best option in the beginning, and then you get down that road and you go, oh, I don't like this. You are a creature that can change direction fairly quickly if you need to. So just rely on that. If you don't do that and you're like, well, I have to go through all my options, the best ones are going to be gone before you get to choose them. It's like out of those 5 that you lose, those are going to be the best 3 are in those 5. You want the good ones. So the odds are in your favor. You're going to choose one of the good ones anyway. You know what I mean? Seeing 3 out of 5, there's a good chance that you're going to pick one of the good ones anyway. Go for it. Don't let it just default to where you kind of hem and haw and this and that, and you keep investigating and the best passes you by. We don't want that. You definitely don't want that. You know what I mean? You want something good. You got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Empress, what's the last one? Princess of Cups, that's the one I was going to call the Queen. Princess of Cups. There's a lot of support around you. By forcing yourself to move forward, that also goes to your benefit. I kind of feel like wherever you end up, you seem to be very well liked. Ace of Cups, and there's support around you and you're liked. So it's interesting whether you end up in the best option for you Or you default and you end up going from 8 options down to 3. The 3 that you're left with are not the ones you really want, but they work. If that's what happens here, you're still going to be very well liked and supported. But I really get that it's like, why not go for what you want? Why not end up with a better outcome? It's kind of like this. I've given this analogy before. If you have the option to either have $10,000 or $1,000, and it just depends on the choice you make right now. So if you make the choice now, you get the 10,000. If you wait and keep going over your options, you end up with 1,000. Which would you rather have? Considering you're not a person who has a crazy amount of money. I'm just saying. Which would you rather have? You would rather have the 10,000, most of us. But you got to make your own decision up what you think is right. Clearly, it's in your court. That's the analogy. You know what I mean. You know where to take that. And if you know what, if you're definitely one of those people, because I know Gemini, I know y'all are very smart, and you could be like, well, I could see an option where I'd actually do better with the $1,000. And you know what? Cool for you, because I know some of you are smart, and you'll find an angle around that. That's good for you. Whatever you feel is right for you, that's what I'm saying. Justice is coming out saying how you handle this is how it's going to work out. So if you wait, you're going to get your just desserts. If you go forward right away, you're going to get your just desserts and get what you should get. You're going to have to own whatever you choose. Whatever you choose, you're going to be the owner of that. And that's fine. But like, and there's going to be a mystery either way is what I'm also getting. Even if you wait and you do and you lose most of your options, you get down to 3. Even then, you're going to be like, well, I'm not sure about these ones even. I'm still just doing my best guess. I'm still doing my best guess at that point. So if you're going to get down to your best guess either way, might as well move quickly and hope out for the better outcome. I mean, it's a reading, clearly, so it's a general read, but I'm getting options are better for you, odds are better for you if you move forward quickly. Cool? Cool. I think we're done. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.